big figures. That's what the Prime Minister wants you to know. But do the numbers stack up? This £59.8 billion is the Ministry of Defence budget in the coming year. It's the lion's share of military spending, which makes up 2.3% of our GDP. And this, £13.4 billion on top, is how much more Keir Starmer says it'll cost to increase defence spending to the government's new target of 2.5% of GDP. Now, that's an enormous amount of public spending. Some's designed to impress Donald Trump, but would require big cuts elsewhere to achieve. Now, Keir Starmer's getting tough, and he did today offer up one big cut to pay for it, slashing the aid budget. Now, that aid budget is due to be this much, £13.7 billion, which represents 0.5% of our national income. And Keir Starmer said today that this would drop to 0.3% of our national income. But here's the thing, that saves just short of £6 billion. And that's a big gap. So what does the government say about this shortfall? Well, quietly, the government admit to some creative accounting. This £7.9 billion figure is the gap between what we pay now for defence today and what it would have risen to anyway in 2027 because defence spending is pegged to GDP at 2.3% of it. Now, I wouldn't ordinarily call that section an increase in spending, but Keir Starmer can do that and therefore get a much more impressive sounding figure to brandish in front of Donald Trump. Now, Labour promised to raise international development in the manifesto, not cut it. So here's why they've done it. Exclusive YouGov polling, which shows the public backed this move by a margin of 2 to 1, more than 2 to 1, 62 to 25. Labour voters like it much less. Look at that. But amongst voters who backed reform last year, it's an absolute belter. And voters really don't want to see cuts to other services to fund this increase. More money, that's clear today, but so much of this is actually a mystery. Keir Starmer said that some intelligence and security spending would count towards the target from 2027, and the government won't answer whether future payments to the Chagos Islands might be part of it too. And if we're being honest, once you start to prod, lots of bits of defence spending turn out to be pretty mysterious. Government departments refuse to give an overall total for defence spending, want to include things like intelligence. I asked for a complete list of what elements can count towards the 2.5 NATO target, and the government wouldn't tell me. Keir Starmer just doesn't want inconvenient facts distracting from the big picture. He just wants Donald Trump to understand we're paying a lot more for defence. He hopes it'll do the trick of the White House this week.